You got 2 minutes.
You got. If you're on time, you're late.
Wait, 3-4, right?
Is this our packets?
See? Somebody else who wants packets. Well, our voices need to be louder. That's all I got to say.
Okay, I will look it up. Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad I can still read it this small. So, I'm getting to those ages.
Sir, what are you referring to?
Sorry?
You said you get to those ages?
I said I'm just glad I can read a screen this small still. So, actually, it boosts my,
I have readers if you need them. They're pink.
They're called cheaters.
They're called cheaters.
cheaters.
I call them readers.
Nicole. Nope, that's not the Nicole I'm looking for. Thank you very much, though. Nicole.
So, if somebody doesn't show up for
Yeah, if no one shows up for Kaisa, then we table it until...
table, yeah. That sucks considering we moved it for.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Guess we will get
10:24.
legal on the line.
Okay. This is not our packet, right?
It is 5:30.
Hello?
Hi, Jeff. We were just getting ready to start.
Hi, Jeff.
Hello? I tried calling on your cell phone, but see how we're going to go. So, all right. Well, I will mute myself.
Okay.
All right, and hopefully you'll be able to hear us all. So, okay.
Okay.
You ready to go? Yep. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special Planning and Zoning Commission this evening for Thursday, October 24th. We do have an established quorum this evening, even though 2 of us are missing. There is no approved minutes needed. Recognizing persons not on the agenda this evening? Seeing none. Conflict of interest or ex parte contact declarations, Commission?
No.
Okay. Seeing none. Moving straight down to public hearing and action. Our first is a conditional use permit for the Elmore Medical Center. It's a sign. It's a request by Robert Reeder of Lytle Signs on behalf of Elmore Medical Center for the approval of a conditional use permit for an illuminated canopy sign in a residential zone for the emergency entrance. The sign will be located at 895 North 6th East Street, Mountain Home, Idaho. Brenda.
Okay, so just as you mentioned, this is a conditional use permit for a sign in a residential zone for hospital use. And that is the only reason why it is here for a conditional use permit is because of that residential zoning. So staff has reviewed the conditional use permit application. It doesn't appear that the sign would cause any undue harm to the neighborhood. The light would be internally towards the lot, and that's surrounded by other hospital uses, and so staff does not see any issues with regards to this conditional use permit for this sign. It also would help add safety to direct people to the emergency room. It's my understanding sometimes that's a struggle for people, and so we want to make sure we can get them there in a timely manner, so
Okay.
as every second matters.
Well, because it is a public hearing and action this evening, I'll go ahead and bring up our that's not a candidate. That's the word that I'm not looking for. Help me out. Applicant, thank you. Good night. It's been a long day. So, go ahead and if anybody wants to come up, go ahead. Yes, sir.
I'm Terry Brown with Lytle Signs out of Meridian, Idaho. Robert Reeder is our procurement specialist out of our Twin Falls facility. So,
Okay. Anything you would like to add, or
no? Basically, you did it very well. It's on the entrance canopy. As you walk into the hospital, there is a silver canopy, and our intention is putting the emergency letters on there. The sign will be internally illuminated with the color red, and will measure 1'6" tall by 9'11", right under 15 square feet, basically. So, like she mentioned, I mean, what a great asset to the community is the hospital and its staff. So, in terms of safety, we feel that the emergency just adds to the great asset you guys have with St. Liv. So, questions?
Perfect. Nope, I'll go ahead and have you have a seat back, and then I'll bring up anybody from the audience who would like to speak on or against for. Seeing none, then we'll go ahead and we'll just close the public hearing for that. Commission, are there any questions?
I do not have any.
No, to recap, this is something we have heard before, though.
Not this one. No, this is brand new.
Okay, but something similar to this? Because we had another sign that went up in the clinic on East 8th, is that right?
Mr. Chair, yeah. A few years ago, I believe we did have one, and I think that might have been for perhaps this Central District Health right there on the corner.
That's what it was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
That was it. Thank
Okay.
you.
If no other questions, I'll look for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the conditional use permit. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it?
You know, if you had paper, it'd be a lot easier.
Oh my goodness. Seriously, what a revelation. Mr. Chair, I would like to make a motion to approve the conditional use permit for the Elmore Medical Center sign, application PZ 24-48.
Okay, I got it first by Christina,
Second.
second by Rob. Go with you, Rob.
Aye.
Christina.
Aye.
Aye for me as well. Motion passes. Do we have anybody from the Kaisa Cruise? Okay, seeing none. With that, then, there is not going to be a public hearing for this one because we do not have the applicant here,
Let
which
me
means
ask Jeff. Jeff, can you chime in on that? Can we move forward with the application for 10th Street neighborhood without the applicant present? Jeff? Jeff? Can you hear us, Jeff? Apparently my legal is, Jeff?
Oh, I pushed the wrong button.
I'm glad you're here.
Have you been able to contact the applicant to see why they're not there?
I have not. I don't have access to her phone at this time. It was my understanding that she would be here. She's been aware of the application happening this evening.
You can take the hearing, take the public testimony. You can have the staff presentation. You can take, if people are there who are wishing to testify, you can take the testimony, and then if you want to, you can table it to a date certain and notify the applicant that you're going to keep the public hearing open, so that the applicant can provide testimony and or rebuttal to any, but I don't think kicking it and then having to renotice, I mean, this just gives the applicant the benefit of the doubt, gets public testimony out of the way, or at least advances the ball somewhat, and then ultimately we can go from there. So,
Okay.
but it's up to the Mr. Chairman, whatever he wishes to do.
okay. Well,
Kaisa?
No, that's not.
No.
That's
Okay.
Amanda. Stop.
well then, I think that we will move forward with that. We will just keep it open. Let's go through. Brenda, why don't you go ahead and share the staff report, and then I'll open it up for public hearing. And then if you want to just figure out a time where they're going to come, that public hearing will just maintain and be open. Jeff, my question is, how long does that happen until we just say, nope, you had your opportunities and you kind of dropped the ball?
So what you should do is move it to a date certain, so that everyone who's there has notice of when that subsequent hearing is going to be, and notify the applicant. We had your hearing. This is what, then they have a record of what everybody said, and then you continue the public hearing. But you pick a date certain tonight, and then we supply that to the applicant.
Did we tell those people that just walked out then? Those were here.
Those are for the
We're
sign.
here for the sign.
Oh, okay.
They were here for
Okay. Well, then I guess before we do that, let's get a date certain.
If we can take about a 5-minute recess, I can have Nicole get online and get access to Kaisa's number and see her status if Chair is amenable to that.
Okay. 5-minute recess.
Hi. How goes it?
Great.
Awesome.
How are you?
Great. I'm so glad that you came.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'm here.
what?
Hi,
Topher.
Rob.
Hi.
Good to see you again.
I know, right?
So, Amanda wants to homeschool
Oh,
Thad when he's a little bit older.
perfect.
So-
Yes.
His wife, Summer,
She leads the Elmore County Homeschool Association.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
and he's a teacher.
And I teach public school.
Great. I'm here for it.
Yes, exactly.
Wait.
Phone numbers, right? And everything.
Yeah, yeah. Get you guys hooked up.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
So
thanks for that one.
Amanda and Cody just moved into our street.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, yeah. If you'd like, I can get my wife's information to you tonight if that's what you would like. And
That would be awesome.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's fabulous. She'll answer any questions you have and get you connected. And they got a lot of things going on right now. In fact, they are just finishing up a co-op, which they do with a bunch of different homeschooling groups and stuff. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
And Kelly's my manager in the OR.
Oh, really? Seriously?
She's my wife's piercer. I mean,
I
that's
this weekend.
That's so great. That is so
one big
great.
small town family, right?
Yes, that is 100% true.
Yeah, I still have to come to you. There's a couple that I need to.
I know you're busy.
It's been crazy. Hopefully next. You know what? I'm gonna stop saying it's gonna slow down because it has not slowed down.
No, it's not.
It's been a little nuts. It's fine.
I'll say I have been seeing your face around town a little bit.
It's been a little crazy.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing
Okay.
because
Makes for a busy day.
it's good, but it's busy.
Your husband.
My husband, he probably went for his run. No, he's at. So they do the Blue Pit run. They go run with that group, and then they head back to the Blue Pit and have a beer afterwards.
It sounds horrible.
They are a drinking group with a running
He just
problem.
soaks up the carbs.
Is there like a drinking group with a weightlifting problem?
Girl, I
That
wish.
one.
I wish. Yeah,
This
seriously.
seems dangerous.
It seems dangerous.
Just make sure it's after.
After,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
after, yes.
No, I want to see it before. Load it up, Jerry! I got it!
I feel so strong right now.
That snatch was not clean.
Is that what you call it?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Don't stand in front when they do deadlifts, whatever you do.
No. That's funny. No beer, no. So that's what he's doing right now, but yeah.
Doesn't that put a lot of calories back on after they've run?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a reverse carb load is
Yes,
what it is.
exactly.
Yeah, so.
He's so
You make so much crap up.
You burn so much sugar off.
Burn
No, it's like
sugar.
when you do Tough Mudders. Tough Mudders, you get a beer at the end of it too. That's 13 miles.
That's what I'll do with
Yeah,
the
beer
Rock and
tastes
Roll
so
Half
good.
Marathon in Tempe in January. I'm excited.
No, thanks. You guys-
Burger and a beer.
You two ready to go?
Yeah, ready to open it back up.
Okay, we are opening. Welcome back. What did we find out?
Okay. We tried to call the applicant. The applicant did not answer. I left her a message, so we will proceed as you see fit, sir.
Okay, so let's come up with a date that we are going to move this to, and just to make sure that we share that information with our applicant. What is our open times?
So I know that this is important to her to move forward as rapidly as possible. I'm not sure why she is not here with us this evening, but our next available meeting date will be November 5th. That is our next planning and zoning meeting date.
I feel like there's something on that day else going on.
That's sarcasm, Jeff.
That is totally sarcasm.
Jeff.
And guess whose name isn't on any of the ballots?
Stop.
So you should be okay with it. That's what I'm hearing, right? No, apparently.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Then if that's so, if that is that our regular meeting, or is
That
that?
is our regular meeting, and I don't know that we have anything scheduled for that date.
I can step in more code work if I need to.
Yeah.
Probably not.
When did we push? What was the last one we pushed for our last meeting? Because I know we pushed one because the applicant asked for an extension.
Coalthorpe Commons,
Yeah.
which was
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that was just a preliminary plat extension, not required of findings of fact.
Okay, so is that on the 5th?
There's nothing, I don't believe that we have anything currently for the 5th.
Okay, so let's make it the 5th.
Okay.
Commission.
I'm good with that.
Okay. So then our next meeting date for this will be November 5th, and it will remain open. Our public hearing will remain open. So with that, Brenda, I'll go ahead and give it to you for the staff report, and then I'll open it up for public hearing.
And Mr. Chairman, if I might, real quick before we get started there, Madam P and Z Clerk, are you recording this meeting?
Yes.
Okay. So because if we do take testimony tonight, if people wish to offer testimony, we'll have to be sure that we get a recording of that and provide it to the applicant before that next hearing.
Okay.
Or at least provide the substance of the comments made by the public so that they can be prepared to rebut it or offer whatever they want to. Okay, that's all.
Okay.
Okay. Brenda.
Okay, give me just one second here. Sometimes I multitask well, sometimes I don't. So what we have before us tonight is one that I believe most of you should be familiar with. That is 10th Street Neighborhood preliminary plat. This application has been before us several times. It was a planned unit development. This property was annexed into the city. They did a vacate of an existing plat that was there to do the preliminary plat for the 10th Street neighborhood. They've also done an amended plat and a plat extension, which is why we're here today, because they had to go back through the preliminary plat process. I will say that all prior applications were approved. It was just a timing issue and not getting that plat here and finalized within the time constrictions regarding the code. So this is for 82 residential single-family homes, 7 townhomes, 7 live-work units, and 18 apartments. The apartments are situated on 3 different lots shown as A, D, and E on your preliminary plats. This project is also within a special flood hazard zone, and they've had to do a hydraulic and hydrology analysis. And so this development will also have to comply with our flood requirements in City Code 5-5. A LOMR will be required of the applicant. The building official and I have had conversations regarding this LOMR and have determined that before, in your staff report it says either before final plat or before building permit. However, having had a discussion with the building official, our floodplain code requires floodplain permits before you do anything on site. They will be having water and sewer go through the area that is in that special flood hazard area. Not all of the property is within the area, but they will be running, facilities through their water, sewer, streets. And of course, I just lost everything. So with regards to that floodplain permit, it has to have a base flood elevation established. The hydraulic and hydrology report will be presented to FEMA to do the LOMR, which is a letter of map revision. And that will need that LOMR in place before they can do any grading or anything like that. So we would like to ask that LOMR, as part of the conditions, be done before any infrastructure is in place.
Okay.
So having said that, there are some fire requirements that the applicant would need to adhere to as well. You should have those in your documents as well. And outside of that, it's pretty standard for what they've already been approved. Let's see. There were some concerns from citizens. Those are in your packets as well. We received two letters, one of which, let me see if I can grab that real quick. I printed all this so I'd be prepared. And I'm not finding it. So one of which was basically a comment about that it wasn't worth sitting through this because we would not listen to the concerns of the neighbors. But we did receive that. And then also from another neighbor in the adjacent subdivision. Their concerns were traffic and urban sprawl. And in addition to that, their concerns were for values of their own homes and leapfrog development. And so the traffic congestion and of course watering was also a concern there as well. So I think as far as concerns regarding this application, those are what's before you in your packet. And let me check this one last item here. So their TIS, they did do a TIS. They did one for the original plat, which was the blue juniper, I think it was. And then for the sage or sweetgrass addition when they amended the plat and the PUD. Both of those had no comment with regards to any mitigation requirements on any of the subject intersections, and so there were no mitigation requirements. They will be doing a T intersection at what will be the entrance to the blue juniper, and that was the only additional requirement to the TIS. Outside of that, there's again, it's the same plat, it's the same number of units, it's everything that was approved once already.
Okay, perfect. With that being said, I'll go ahead and open up the public hearing to anybody here tonight who would like to speak for or against or share any concerns.
I will.
Yeah.
That's my scariness to get up front.
I just need you to state your name and address for the record.
My name is Anita Hill, and I live at 717 Northwest Ash Avenue. And I've been coming to a lot of meetings of City Council and Planning and Zoning. And our biggest concern is our lagoons are full. 466 million, I think, gallons there. And we are adding more homes on. And it's going to cost almost $500,000 just to start a new procedure on that. And the water. And a lot of our concerns is, how's this going to work? Because if we don't have any water, and I know it's kind of a horse apiece. We need houses, we need water, and we need a lagoon. So it's all basically, and the water tunnels are collapsing, because I'm into those too. And it's kind of scary on what's going to go on to our city and county. So more housing and stuff, and then she's not here to present things. It's kind of wondering, is it very important to her to come to hear our requests and stuff, and how we are concerned about everything going on? Because you people as a commissioner pass things, and then it goes to the city council, and then they kind of step on it. And is that right? Is that how it goes, or it's there?
So we make
I'm learning this all the hard way.
We make a
but
recommendation based off of our city ordinances, our codes, and our comprehensive plan. Gosh, I really need to drink coffee next time. And then from all of that, we make a decision and a recommendation to the city council, who will also discuss and make final decisions on that as well.
And I know when I was at the one at the police department, Brenda was saying too that you needed to start looking at more things of permit or I can't think of the word, like I'm like you, I can't think of the words here. More precise on how they follow their procedures to build things and this and that. I know I'm off limits on here, but apologize.
Sorry, I apologize.
But
I'm
you-
not sure what you're referring to. either.
It's something you have to go through more in detail.
It's probably our codes and
Yeah.
our ordinances. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To be a little more precise that they are following the codes that you set up for the developing and stuff. so-
Determining specific language, which is how and the definitions in those languages.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And it seems like some of them are not going by the permits and the conditions and your codes. And for one, like Bradford over there on our street, has not really done a lot of into the codes. The fiber optic is not deep enough down into that road. They left the trenches out over there. And there's a lot of other things. And we've had to call Dig Line because they are off of their permits and things like that. And I know it's new construction people that aren't aware of how everything works in our little community. So it's,
Well, the beautiful thing is we don't mess with fiber.
I know.
We
Thank
don't,
goodness,
we don't
right?
do that. No?
But it's a concern to us out there too, you know, and how fiber is working. And then we even had a lady in to one of the meetings too that said she wasn't even asked to have fiber on her property. So it's like, it's kind of scary how they're jumping to everybody's property and it's not right. So that's all I had to say. I hope it was okay
Nope.
for going.
Thank you,
Do
Nita.
you-
Sign in too. Can we have you sign
Oh
in
yeah,
too?
I just had my name there, yeah.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I had an epiphany. I don't know what Ms. Hill was referring to, and that was the checklists.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So it wasn't that, perhaps the applications weren't being followed, but it was just a standard document that says, does it meet this?
No,
So
yeah.
the
Right.
checklist, so it was the checklist.
And I know he
believe.
said you used to have it years ago.
Yes.
And now you'd like it back again to make
Yes.
sure the checklist is all taken care of.
That's correct.
Does this committee check on the checklist or it just, when they start building and stuff, does
So,
anybody
the way
go
that-
and check on the list?
The way that the checklist works are specifically for us on the commission to go through and double check to make sure that we have all of our boxes connected. Everything is meeting the ordinances or the codes. Everything is following the comprehensive plan. From there, we make a decision. So it helps a decision be made.
Okay,
That's really what our checklists are for. From there, we have conversations of whether or not we need to have more of a conditional on whatever permits are coming through or whatever applications are coming through, just based off of the checklists that we go through. Brenda does a phenomenal job with staff reports, so she actually goes through and does a great detailed description of everything that's going on. So we go through that, and then together as a commission, we then make recommendations to forward on to city council. So those checklists are more for us than for the building supervisor or Brenda or anything like that. It's more for us so that we are making sure that we are making good decisions and recommendations based on all the information provided.
okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Perfect.
Like I said, I'm a little scared to get up in front of people, so it's just, I'm practicing. Do you need my phone?
No, just your name.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, seeing none, I'm still going to keep the public hearing open until November 5th. So we are now going to, Jeff, are you there?
I am.
And are we tabling this until the 5th? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, you need a motion to table it to a date certain to continue the public hearing.
All right, Commission, you heard him.
All right.
All right,
let me
Robert.
get I gotta get the number. Stand by. I was scrolling through everything else. See if I had paper. I had to add on, sorry.
I appreciate that. I do.
Starting to give me a guilt complex.
I think that's the point.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to table application PZ 2447, the 10th Street Neighborhood Preliminary Plat discussion until November 5th, where we will have the applicant here to speak on what was public.
Okay, have a first.
Second.
Second by Christina. All right, Christina, let's start with you.
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Aye from me as well. This is tabled until November 5th. Moving down, we have no new business, no old business, no department heads, and nothing else on our agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, we are adjourned at 5:58.